We end tonight with the gift of life. There are nearly 30,000 major organ transplants in this country every year. But for one remarkable patient, it was an unprecedented kind of double transplant. Here's our chief national correspondent, Byron Pitts.
So how's it feel to be walking outside in the sunshine?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Compared to her near-death experience, life for 16-year-old Laura Margaret Burbach now seems like a walk in the park.
I very much believe that you don't die until it's time for you to die.
By the time doctors at Duke University Medical Center saw Laura Margaret last summer, frail and a mere 55 pounds, her life expectancy was a few months.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Laura.
At 6 months old, Laura Margaret was diagnosed with combined immune deficiency disease, the blood disorder that killed her brother Michael at age 3, and the subject of the movie, The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. Though plastic shields are no longer used, Laura Margaret's defective immune system could not fight infections, and her lungs were irreversibly damaged. Despite her illness, this high school cheerleader with a passion for singing and acting,
I'll imagine bright blue,
embraced life.
All of those were different outlets for me to pursue something other than just thinking about my illness and allowing myself to succumb to all the things that are happening in my body.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
She even kept up with her classes via Skype from her hospital bed.
Hero, we said.
Where does your optimism come from?
I just kind of have lived my life knowing that I probably, wouldn't have as long a lifespan as most people, but just determined to have as much of a life and as meaningful and fulfilling, and to still be able to make a difference even if it was cut short.
Inspired by Laura Margaret's spirit, her medical team came up with a novel idea.
It was transplant or death.
Not just one transplant, but two. Lung and bone marrow transplants from the same donor to fix both problems. By taking the bone marrow from the same donor as the lungs, doctors hope the problem of rejection could potentially be eliminated.
What made you guys decide, okay, let's try something that's never been tried before?
Until you saw how strong her personality was and her desire to live, to say, if anyone can survive this and do this, she probably could do it.
But the chance of finding a suitable match was less than 1%. The wait could be more than a year, more time than Laura Margaret had.
The most amazing, true miracle part of this whole journey has been that we were able to find the lungs in 6 days.
The lung transplant was a success.
She's got totally normal looking lungs.
And since the bone marrow transplant,
and it's already going in.
Laura Margaret's immune system has been more than 98% replaced by the donor. She recently left the hospital beneath a blizzard of pink confetti.
It's just such a long journey, and I can't believe it's really happening. I was diagnosed when I was 6 months old, and now I'm 16, and I don't have combined immune deficiency disease anymore, and I can't believe it.
Now Laura Margaret begins a walk down a new road.
Good luck.
One she hopes is full of new beginnings. Byron Pitts, CBS News, Durham, North Carolina.
And Laura Margaret, we wish you all the best. That's the CBS Evening News for tonight. I'm Katie Couric. Good night.